The canvas smells like bleach and copper. You're not supposed to be here. The warehouse sits south of Tijuana, past the last Federales checkpoint, and the man at the door carries a clipboard with 12 names. Yours is at the bottom. He does not look at you. He nods toward the chain-link cage and says, 3 minutes, show me you're not a waste of time. The 45 in his waistband is not for show. You step through the gap in the fence. Somewhere in the dark, a phone is recording. If the right people see this, you get a call. If they don't, you go back to washing dishes at the casino buffet for $11 an hour. You breathe through your mouth. The bleach smell burns. Your opponent is already bouncing on the balls of his feet. He has nothing to lose either. You tell yourself this is the beginning. You are wrong. This is the door, and the door only opens one direction. Level 1. The walk-on. You are 23 years old. You have fought 17 times in regional promotions for purses that barely cover your gas and the cortisone shots in your knees. You sleep on a futon in a one-bedroom apartment you share with 2 other fighters who also believe they are one break away from everything changing. The break never comes. It does not come until tonight. The man with the clipboard works for a subsidiary of a subsidiary. He scouts blood sport for the organization that owns everything. You do not know his real name. You know he flew private from Las Vegas and that his watch costs more than your last 3 purses combined. That is the only currency that matters here. Not wins, not heart. Proximity to capital. You knock your opponent down at 2:14 of the first round. Not out, just down. The referee, if you can call him that, lets it continue for 8 more seconds before he waves it off. Long enough for the video to look decisive, short enough that nobody asks questions later. The man with the clipboard writes something next to your name. He does not smile. He hands you a card. Black. No logo. Just a number. Call Thursday, he says. Don't call before. You wait until Thursday at 9:01 a.m. You are that desperate and that disciplined. A woman answers. She gives you an address. The UFC Performance Institute, Las Vegas. Monday. Bring your own mouthguard. You have $340 in your checking account. The flight is $287. You do not buy a return ticket. When you land, the desert heat hits like a physical wall. The institute is glass and concrete and silence. Everyone inside is either a millionaire or a ghost. You are neither yet. A doctor draws your blood. A man in a polo shirt films you hitting pads. You sign 12 pages you do not read. You initial next to clauses about image rights, medical liability, and behavioral conduct. You would initial next to a confession if it got you through this door. They offer you a developmental contract. $10,000 to show. $10,000 to win. If you win, if they keep you after the first fight, if the matchmaker likes your style, if the fans don't boo, if the sponsors see potential, if, you sign in blue ink. You do not keep a copy. That night, in a Motel 6 off the strip, you stare at the ceiling and tell yourself you have arrived. You have not arrived. You have been cataloged. The system now knows your name, your blood type, and your willingness to accept $10,000 to risk traumatic brain injury in front of millions. That is not arrival. That is inventory. Level 2. The Prelim Fighter. 6 months later, you are on the early prelims of a fight night card in Austin, Texas. Your walkout music plays to a half-empty arena. The lights are too bright. You cannot see past the 3rd row. You tell yourself the emptiness does not matter. You're wrong. The emptiness is the point. You are the opener. You are the test case. The matchmakers use prelim fighters to gauge crowd temperature, to pad the runtime, to justify the ticket price for the people who show up early and drunk. You are not the show. You are the commercial before the show. Your opponent is another developmental contract. Same purse, same hunger, same desperation. The difference between you is measured in millimeters and luck. He clips you with a right hand in the 2nd round. Your vision doubles. You do not fall. Falling means a 6-month medical suspension. Falling means they replace you with someone cheaper. You shoot a takedown you do not remember deciding to take. You hold him against the fence for 90 seconds. The crowd groans. They want blood. You want the win bonus. The judges give you a split decision. The crowd boos. You do not care. You have now earned $20,000 in 6 months. After taxes, management, gym fees, and the nutritionist they require you to use, you clear $8,400. You pay off the credit card you used for the flight to Vegas. You buy a used Honda Civic with 140,000 miles. You feel rich. You are not rich. You are useful. The system has watched you take punishment and keep moving forward. That is a specific skill. It is not fighting skill. It is durability. The organization values durability above all else. A durable fighter can be scheduled reliably. A durable fighter does not pull out of cards. A durable fighter accepts short-notice replacements. You accept a fight on 11 days' notice against a wrestler from Dagestan. You lose. You earn $10,000 instead of $20,000. You do not complain. Complaining is a luxury for people with options. You now understand the first hidden rule. The rule is, there are always more of you. The pipeline is infinite. Gyms in Brazil, Russia, Mexico, Florida. Every week, a new 23-year-old with a futon and a dream signs the same 12 pages. Your replacement is already warming up. Your only defense is availability. You say yes to everything. Level 3. The main card fighter. It happens after your 4th win. Not because you're special, because a ranked fighter pulled out with a torn ACL 3 weeks before the event, and the original replacement failed a drug test, and you were the 3rd choice with the right weight and a recent win streak. Luck is not random here. Luck is the residue of never saying no. They move you to the main card, ESPN slot. Your face appears on the broadcast graphic between 2 fighters people actually know. Your purse jumps to $30,000 to show, $30,000 to win. More importantly, your locker room changes. You no longer share space with the early prelims. You get a private stall, a UFC-branded water bottle, a cutman who knows your name without checking the sheet. You walk out to a full arena. The roar is different. It is not love. It is volume. Volume can be mistaken for love. You make that mistake. You win by knockout in the first round, a left hook that lands behind the ear. Your opponent falls like a marionette with cut strings. In the replay, you see his eyes roll back. You do not feel triumph. You feel relief. The win bonus is $30,000. The performance of the night bonus is $50,000. In one night, you earn more than in your previous 6 fights combined. In the back, a man in a black shirt shakes your hand. He works for the matchmaking team. He says, "Good timing, good look, we can work with this." He does not explain what this is. You do not ask. You are learning. You now understand the second hidden rule. Respect is not earned by winning. Respect is earned by winning in a way that serves the narrative. The organization needs stories, underdogs, redemption arcs, comeback, kids, violence with a plot. You are no longer just a fighter. You are content. Your injuries, your childhood, your dead father, your bankruptcy. They want it all. You give it to them. You tell the media about the Motel 6, about the used Honda, about the $340 in your account. You cry on camera. It is not entirely acting. You are exhausted enough that the tears come easy. They put you on a poster, your face, 10 feet tall, on the side of the MGM Grand. You stand under it at 2 a.m. and take a photo. You send it to your mother. She does not understand what you had to trade for this moment. You do not tell her. You are not sure you know yet. Level 4, the Contender. The call comes after your 6th consecutive win. Not from the matchmaker, from a number with a 702 area code and no name attached. You're ranked now, the voice says. Number 14. That means you enter a different budget line, different expectations, different rules. You meet the voice at a steakhouse in Summerlin. He is 50, soft around the middle, with eyes that do not participate in his smile. He explains the new math. You are no longer paid to fight. You are paid to generate interest. Your purse is $75,000 to show, $75,000 to win, plus a discretionary locker room bonus that arrives in a cash envelope after the fight. No paperwork, no taxes. The envelope is thick. The amount depends on how entertaining you were, how much blood, how much drama, how compliant you were with the media requests. He also explains the unwritten schedule. You will fight 3 times a year, maximum. Any more and you risk devaluation. Any less and the fans forget. You will face opponents selected for narrative impact, not competitive merit. Some you will be expected to beat, some you will be expected to lose to at the right time, in the right way. The right way means standing until the final bell. It means not embarrassing the brand. It means going out on your shield when the shield is what sells the pay-per-view. You nod, you do not agree, you comply. Your first main event is in Abu Dhabi. Fight Island. The flight is 18 hours in business class. You have never flown business class. You do not sleep. You watch the embedded cameras film your every move. You learn to perform even in silence. You learn that the octagon is only half the stage. The other half is the hotel room, the gym, the car ride, the weigh-in face-off. You're always on. You win the main event, a 5-round war. Your left orbital bone is fractured in 2 places. Your speech slurs for 3 weeks. The organization sends flowers to your hospital room. They do not send the surgeon they promised. You pay $14,000 out of pocket for a specialist in Beverly Hills. The cash envelope from your last fight covers it, barely. You now understand the third hidden rule. The organization does not take care of you. It takes care of the investment. As long as your fights sell, you receive maintenance. The moment your numbers drop, the maintenance stops. You're a depreciating asset from the day you sign. Your job is to appreciate faster than you break down. Level 5, the champion. The belt is heavier than you expect. 4 pounds of leather and gold-plated metal. They strap it around your waist in the octagon at 12:47 a.m. in Las Vegas, and the flashbulbs explode like gunfire. You raise it above your head. Your ribs are cracked. Your right hand is broken in the third metacarpal. You cannot feel 3 of your fingers. You smile until your jaw aches worse than your ribs. They lead you backstage to a suite at the Wynn. The door closes. The party is already underway. Sponsors, media, executives. A man from an energy drink company hands you a check for $250,000. Welcome to the family, he says. You do not know his name. You deposit the check Monday morning. Your new purse is $500,000 flat, plus $3 for every pay-per-view, buy over $1 million. The last champion in your division averaged $850,000. You are expected to do better. You are expected to be louder, bolder, more controversial. You are expected to generate headlines. The belt is not a reward. It is a production assignment. You now have a team, a publicist, a social media manager, a brand consultant. They meet every Tuesday in a conference room at the Aria and discuss your trajectory. They show you graphs, engagement rates, sentiment analysis. They want you to tweet more. They want you to feud with the contender in the weight class above you. They want you to mention a political figure, organic controversy, they call it. Authentic engagement. You do what they ask. You cross lines you did not know existed. You insult another fighter's wife. You question someone's patriotism. You pretend to want a fight you do not want. The numbers climb. The PPV projections hit 1.2 million. You will earn one bald 1 million VARs for this defense, more than you have earned in your entire life. You buy a house in Henderson, 4 bedrooms, a pool. You fill it with furniture you do not have time to use. You are in camp for 8 weeks before every fight, media week for 1, recovery for 4. Physical therapy in Salt Lake City. Brand appearances in Los Angeles. You spend maybe 40 nights a year in the house. It is a storage unit for a life you no longer live. You defend the belt 3 times. You win each time. The third defense, you take a knee to the temple in the 4th round. You finish the round on autopilot. Between rounds, your corner tells you to shoot. You shoot. You win by decision. You do not remember the 5th round. The video shows you landing punches with perfect form. You watch it the next day and feel nothing. Not pride, not relief, nothing. The doctor clears you after 60 days. You could take 9 months. You could heal. You take the fight they offer in 5. The PPV needs a main event. The streaming deal has quarterly benchmarks. You are the benchmark, you say yes. You now understand the 4th hidden rule. The champion does not have power. The champion has visibility. Visibility is the opposite of power. Power moves in shadow. You are the light. You are what the shadows hide behind. Level 6. The coach. They do not tell you when your last fight is. They do not need to. You know when the PPV buys drop to 600,000, when the embedded episode views decline by 40%, when the new matchmaker stops returning your manager's calls within the hour, when they offer you a legendary matchup against a former champion on a 2-fight losing streak on the prelims of a fight night card for $75,000, you take the fight, you lose. You announce your retirement 3 weeks later at a press conference they organize. They give you a watch. They play a highlight reel. They call you a warrior. They do not offer you a job. You do not expect one. You have already made the call. You open a gym in Albuquerque, 8,000 square feet. You mortgage the house in Henderson to do it. You call the fighters you trained with when you were hungry. You offer them structure, discipline, a path. What you're really offering is access. Access to your name, your contacts, your understanding of the unwritten rules. Within a year, you have 4 fighters under contract with the organization. You take 20% of their purses, standard. You also take a percentage of their sponsorships, less standard, but they do not argue. They need you. They need the phone numbers you have, the matchmaker who takes your call, the USADA official who tells you which supplements are clean this quarter, the journalist who owes you a favor and will write the profile that gets your prospect noticed. You're no longer inventory, you're a gatekeeper. You decide who gets the look, who gets the short notice opportunity, who gets buried on the undercard until they learn humility or until they break. You tell yourself you're helping yourself. The gym breaks even in month 14. It turns a profit in month 20. Not from memberships, from the cuts. You sit in the corner now. You wrap hands instead of throwing them. You watch your fighters take damage you recognize. The glazed eyes in the 3rd round. The stubborn refusal to quit even when quitting is wisdom. You see yourself. You do not warn them. Warning them would mean explaining what waits at the end of this path. You are not sure you can explain it. You're not sure you want to. You now understand the fifth hidden rule. The system does not end when your fighting ends. The system transforms you. It turns victims into recruiters. It turns trauma into curriculum. The cycle requires believers, and you are now in the business of manufacturing belief. Level 7, the Matchmaker. The call comes from the headquarters in Las Vegas, not the PI. The corporate offices on Hughes Center Drive. They want you in a meeting. You fly commercial. You have not flown commercial in years. It feels like penance. They offer you a position, Vice President of Talent Relations. The title is meaningless. The function is everything. You will assemble cards. You will negotiate with managers. You will decide which contender gets the title shot and which contender gets fed to a rising star. You hold the map of the ecosystem. You know where the bodies are buried because you helped dig some of them. Your office is on the 15th floor, glass walls. You can see the strip from your desk. You cannot open the windows. The air is recycled and cold. You wear a blazer now. You have not worn a blazer since your court appearance for the DUI you got after your second title defense. That was 6 years ago. The organization made that disappear. You owe them. You always owe them. You learn the real budget, the annual revenue, the streaming rights, the international broadcast deals, the gambling partnerships. The organization is worth $4.5 billion. It generates $1.2 billion a year. The fighters receive 14% of that, not 50, not 30, 14. You knew it was low. You did not know it was that low. You sign the payroll authorizations anyway. You tell yourself it is not your department. It is exactly your department. You arrange a fight between a champion and a challenger who has no business in the octagon with him. The challenger is a YouTube personality with 18 million subscribers and 0 professional fights. The PPV will sell 2.5 million buys. The champion will earn $5 million. The YouTuber will earn $10 million. The organization will earn $150 million. You will earn your quarterly bonus. You tell yourself this is entertainment. This is the business. This is what the market wants. You look in the mirror before the announcement press conference. You are 41. Your nose is crooked from the break that never healed right. Your hands ache when it rains. You are wearing a $3,000 suit and a $50,000 watch. You are about to stand on a stage and explain why a man with no fights deserves a title shot. You practice the smile. It looks almost real. You now understand the sixth hidden rule. There's no sport here. There is only product. The athletes are ingredients. The fans are consumers. You're not a matchmaker. You're a product manager. And the product is human suffering packaged as aspiration. Level 8, the chairman. You do not come to the office anymore. You have not been to Hughes Center Drive in 14 months. You work from a compound in Summerlin, 3 acres walls, a security team that rotates every 8 hours. You see no one who does not have an appointment. You make no appointments. You own 12% of the parent company, not a controlling stake. You do not need control. You have leverage. You have the voting agreements, the board seats, the relationships with the streaming executives and the casino owners and the Abu Dhabi Sovereign Wealth Fund. You are the architecture, not the decoration. Your mornings begin at 5 a.m. with encrypted calls to time zones you have never visited. You approve acquisitions. You greenlight expansion into new markets. You sign off on the annual budget. You do not watch the fights. You have not watched a fight in 3 years. You review the financial reports, the EBITDA, the churn rate of the subscription service. The fighters are line items. The champions are marketing expenses. You have not spoken to a fighter in 18 months. You speak to their representatives, to the matchmakers, to the lawyers. The last time a former champion tried to reach you directly, your assistant scheduled a meeting for 11 weeks out and canceled it the day before. You do not remember the champion's name. You remember that his contract negotiation cost the company $2 million in legal fees. You will not make that mistake again. Standardized contracts now. Non-negotiable, take it or leave it. Most take it. You sit by the pool at dusk. The water is heated to 84 degrees. The desert sky bleeds orange and purple. You feel nothing. Not satisfaction, not power, not regret. You have spent 30 years inside this machine. From the warehouse in Tijuana to this compound, you have traded every recognizable piece of yourself for altitude. You are at the peak. There is no air. Your wife left 6 years ago. Your children call on holidays. They are polite. They are distant. They have their own money now, held in trust you established. They do not need you. You do not need them. Need is a vulnerability you eliminated long ago. You understand the final rule. The only rule that matters. The system does not exist to elevate anyone. The system exists to perpetuate itself. You are not its master. You are its most successful host. The parasite and the host have become indistinguishable. You have spent a lifetime building walls so high that no one can reach you. You succeeded. No one can reach you, including yourself. You're untouchable. You're alone. The system continues. Somewhere across the city, a kid is stepping out of a warehouse south of Tijuana. He is 23 years old. He has a black eye and a split lip and $500 in cash stuffed into his gym bag. A man handed him a card with a number black, no logo. The kid is staring at the card under a street light that flickers on and off. He thinks he understands what comes next. He thinks this is the beginning of something. He thinks the rules are simple: win, rise, conquer. He does not understand, but he will. The door opens. The door always opens, and it only opens one direction.